So if you call him, if you just say ooh wee, he don't answer. You gotta go ooh wee.
I don't know. But I just did that because of the movie, you know. Ooh, yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, but
Ooh wee! Stop disrespecting me! It's ooh wee!
I don't want no trouble, and I don't need no shovel. I can dig it, I can dig it. And if you don't want no old school, baby, I won't hold you. I can dig it.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Like Father, Like Son.
Like father, like son.
I'm the son.
I'm the father.
See, you should have said that part first, and then I say I'm the son, because, okay, let me try that again. Welcome back to Like Father, Like Son.
Like father, like son.
And then I'm the father.
I'm the father.
I'm the son, and
Together we're father and son.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna workshop that. How you been?
I've been better. I've been worse.
All right.
So I'm right there in the between.
I feel there's a saying that I say to this day that I heard you say. I think I've heard you say it like twice. I say I could complain, but I won't. When somebody asks how you doing, like, oh, I could complain, but I won't. Yeah, that's sorry, my bad. No, you know what? No. See, there'll be so many times in life where he'll just say something and it'll be like, what? I don't take it back. I'm glad you didn't understand at first. But no, when somebody asks how you doing, just saying, I could complain, but I won't. That's because that's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, until I decide to complain.
Yeah. And who complains?
Everybody, really. If we're gonna be real.
Yeah, for real.
So let's talk about some things. So I do a lot of different shows and episodes. So I try to take some of the burden off of my creative back as I can. So I say, Pop,
Yo,
what you want to talk about, right? He texts me back, and he got me interested in where he was coming from. So just off the top, now, are these three separate things, or are they slashes? Like
slashes.
Okay.
I couldn't find the slash in my phone.
Yeah, he put dashes like a telephone number, but it's okay. It said strip clubs / Wild West saloons / dance studios. All right. What about them? I don't know. Those hard things to.
Well, I was watching some damn program last night, and this stripper comes on, right?
Okay.
And it was like a commercial, I think, because it ended pretty quick, right? Then it goes back to the program I was watching, which was Gunsmoke, right?
Okay.
And Gunsmoke, they got the Long Branch Saloon run by Miss Kitty, right? And they got all of these girls whose only purpose in life is to get you to buy a drink, right?
Okay.
You go to the strip club and you got the same women only 100 years later trying to get you to buy them a drink and a dance at the strip club.
Okay, I see where you're going. So, just over time, how
Things never change.
it never changed. Okay, I see what happened. Cause I was like, bruh, what?
And as far as I know, because I was going to do it once in the dance studios now it may be different now, like Arthur Murray Dance Studios, those kind of places, they pay mugs.
Wait, the Arthur Murray Dance Studio. Well, yeah. What do you mean by dance studio?
I meant like where they supposedly instruct you in dancing.
Oh, okay.
But what happens is the people that they employ draw you in, and their purpose is to get more money out of you, just like the others.
Yes. Okay. It's all a hustle.
Yeah, it's all a hustle.
I feel it. I never, it's funny because you said strip club, so I stopped there because I was like, that's weird. But, so I have never been to a strip club. Have you been to one?
No, I've been to about 5 or 6.
I feel like I should have asked that differently. I mean, you're so much older than me, but I never been to one now because I just don't have. Actually, I don't know. I feel like I've always felt this way. I don't understand why we're throwing money
away.
That's it really bugged me for a long time. The strip club, and I mean, even forget about what's the big strip clubs in Atlanta where they're throwing the stacks of money. Forget that. Just a regular down home strip club where somebody's on the pole and people are throwing money. Why? What am I getting out of this? Honestly, what am I getting out of a lap dance? Why should I pay for that? I could just go to the club and dance. I don't understand why we pay all this money. And yeah, I guess it was just never my thing. So one time I was about to go to a strip club and my homeboy was like, yo, I'm taking you. I was like, all right, let's go. We got there and they had shut down for some reason. So that was my only. I was like, well, that's that. So yeah, strip clubs. No, I never got it. Have you ever been? Well, okay. No, because you left North Carolina when? How long? How old were you?
Man, I was in the 4th grade.
Okay, I was about to say I don't think there were ever saloons. Not ever, but I think saloons were long past when you became of age. What, 68? I don't think there were saloons anymore.
No.
Okay.
I was thinking old West saloons.
Yeah, old West.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So last night, I started watching The Wonder Years, the black version. I only watched one episode so far, but I was like. It was a nostalgic show for a time that I ain't been to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I was watching it and I was like, man, I remember that. No, you don't. This took place in 1968, so I don't remember it at all. But it was that kind of like, I don't know, they had a lot of black family things, the stay in a child's place or when people are arguing and it's like, he said a good quote, he's like, when the families are arguing and having disagreements, he said if you listen just right, it sounds like music. And that's like, you remember that stuff when you get older because he's talking as an older person. I was like, man, it's a great show. I only got the one episode though. Have you watched it?
No.
Oh man, you should. Actually, and that was going to lead me to a question I was going to ask you. Because I know in a previous episode we talked about Martin Luther King and people's views on, him now versus when he was alive. But in that first episode, they covered Martin Luther King getting killed, and he said, all of us, talking about his family there, he said, all of us remember that day and remember all these details. He said, but we all remember it differently because his mom was going through something. When he died, she was in there folding clothes, and he came and he said, Mom, Martin Luther King is dead. And her back was to him, and she's bawling, but she's folding. And he said, I never really understood why folding those clothes was so important at that time. Mm. Like, that's a perspective that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his dad and his coach was arguing in front of some white people, looking bad for us. And they had to stop all of a sudden, and all day was, so it was a lot of these different things. So it leads me to ask, do you remember the day Martin Luther King was shot?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from your perspective.
Yeah, I remember it. I was working after school at the old campfire house with a bunch of other brothers. and we were just, actually, we had a big meeting then, we went to our specific assignments, and I was assigned Collins Playfield, which is on 14th and Yester. It's not there anymore. I think it's a Japanese senior home there now or something. But at that point, it was a big field house with a whole big yard and everything, you know, and gym and whatnot. And we were we were training to be workers for the coming summer when things were going to get hot for stuff, right?
Yeah.
On the streets. And there was 4 of us there. And one dude went down to the corner grocery to lift some food, comes back and then say, hey, this is what's going on. We were like, you're kidding. Nuh-uh. And then I remember, because I used to walk home after work, and that's over on Jackson and Rainier, all the way to 46th and Morgan in the South End.
You used to walk?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be walking, but geez.
But that particular day, we ended up keeping the playfield open, with the field house open, and we was just all there, just kind of, yeah, man. I mean, just kind of being there, not going out anywhere, and just, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that, because it got me to thinking. Again, I had this feeling when I was watching it, like this nostalgia, like I was there, even though I wasn't. And I was like, you know what? Is there really? Do we have leaders? See, and it made me look at what was going on at the time, and how there was cause to have leaders that people look to for inspiration or for guidance for whatever. And I'm just trying to think, like, if today, who would be that person if they were assassinated and it was like, yo, like, I want to cry, like, that hurt us, whoever us being, who would be that person? Because I'm like, that was really a moment in time.
Yeah, it was.
You know? So I'm just trying to think, like, yo.
Because he was one, but he was actually one of many.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
I don't mean like many, just more than one.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely take it. Malcolm X, that definitely stopped some stuff. Huey Newton, I assume. I don't know about Huey.
Man, nobody even knew when he died.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, and it was because I think the government had done such a good job of denigrating him and putting him under the dirt and just squashing him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That when he did pass, folks kind of went, oh, he did? Well, wasn't he? It wasn't.
Yeah, the mourning him.
Right, it was more like, what didn't he? Child, I heard that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, that jumped in my mind as just wondering, like, I don't know if there is anybody. I mean, I can't say presidents. I mean, Barack Obama would definitely stop, but he's been the president. No, I guess that Martin Luther King. I mean, that was his job.
Yeah.
I guess. So Barack Obama. Anybody white? Just out of curiosity.
Well, you know what? I know it's really controversial and whatnot, but man, Farrakhan been around for a minute.
Why you call him that?
What?
Farrakhan?
Farrakhan?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So rude. His name's not Farrakhan. Why you call him that?
Farrakhan. I can't say.
Don't give me. I'm not caping for it, but that was like, come on, man. Somebody called you Cindy. Anyway, moving on. Go ahead. If he okay, but I say I mean, yeah. If he, what you talk about, just dying of natural causes, or somebody taking him out?
Somebody taking him out. Although that would be hard to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, have you ever seen them suckers, man? Have you ever seen them in person?
Other than street corners in Seattle, no.
Okay, I mean Farrakhan.
Oh, Farrakhan. No, I ain't never. No.
Okay, I seen him once. Man, I'm telling you, what do they call them? The Fruit of Islam?
Mm-hmm.
Not only did it put on a show, man, but you intimidated as all get out. Them, I mean, every
Yeah.
It's when he's in the area, they talk about the president causing a spectacle and this and that. That brother is a spectacle.
Yeah.
And they bad.
I watched Fighting Ali, I think it was called, on Amazon Prime. And it was about, I think it was the last 10 boxers that Ali fought. And yes, they talked about the fights, but then it went to the story about the guys. And there was, who was it? Somebody, I wish I could remember the fighters, which was which. But anyway, some fight didn't happen. The fighter said, my manager, we pulled out or whatever. A white dude who was also a fighter was like, I know why this fight happened. The manager went up to Ali's manager and was like, something about fighting and he better lose type thing. Intimidate. And manager saying there's all this money on the line, intimidating him, all this stuff. And the dude who was there, he said, the manager, he literally just gave a look and a snap. And when I tell you, some of the biggest Muslim, dressed up came and whooped his ass within an inch of his life. He said, make sure not to kill him. But, so he said, they dropped him, and then he went to the hospital, and from the hospital straight to say, fight's not happening. So yeah, they was out here. They was out here. I think more than just intimidation. They got some stuff done.
Yeah.
But it's like that movie, what's it, Night in Miami?
Yeah, One Night in Miami.
One Night in Miami. When Cassius and Muhammad and Jim Brown was talking to the Muslim brother, and he said, "Son, you could just join the gang for that." And he said, "What's the damn difference?" That's an open. I mean, that's real. Like, what's the difference? Cults. I don't know nothing about cults. Cause I ain't.
What do you think a cult is?
Well, you know what? No, that's a lie. I know stuff about cults, but a cult, first of all, is just a club. To me, now clubs all have different rituals, different things, different rules. Some are more, I don't know, weird. But I think, I honestly think the word cult, I think somebody probably made up. That's when you don't understand. Like, they're doing something crazy over there, and they got a cult going on. I think that's how it kind of started. But I think cult is just a club.
Just a club.
Simplified, but,
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching, again, I think it was the news, and they were getting to the Jim Jones thing in Ghana and whatnot. And a lot of people would identify that as a cult.
Okay.
With following something to with a certain spin on it. Like maybe bald-headed men with noses that flare out. That'd be a cult,
So you can't really choose to join that. You got to be found, because everybody ain't got enough flare out nose.
No, but some people would in order to join it, would do it. You could convince them to do it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Again, rules, the hazing process, or...
You like the school?
No, I guess not hazing. Or you know what? The Skull and Bones, that's a cult, right?
Yeah, I would think.
But but that was like a fraternity.
And that was my next
which
question.
is a club. See, that's how I simplified it. But I wanted to be in a fraternity, but I didn't go to school like that. So
You didn't have to. We just had to find an fraternity as long as you were in school. It didn't matter what kind of school you went to or where you were at.
I mean, when I was going to school, I was like, this is dumb, and I don't want to put any more effort into it. So I think finding a fraternity was... And I went to community college that was far, far from the campus of anywhere else.
It didn't matter. I know folk who went to community college and joined a fraternity while they was at the junior college.
I get that,
Oh.
but I'm saying it was too far away. I was like, because I want to go to the frat house, I want to do all that, but from where I was going to school in Auburn and the UW campus, no. Let it go. I mean, I had a close to it when I was living in D.C. And our office was next to Howard, so you know, got a little bit of college life in there. So, but never did the fraternity. But I wanted to step.
Yeah, well, I hung out. I did the college life. I wasn't in the frat. All my partners was. And I just kind of went, not quite there. And plus I was a little older because now I suddenly had a child on the way. So yeah.
Wasn't me. I'm the last one. What was I gonna say? Oh, like the hazing and stuff though. And that's the thought process I had, you know, because you watch movies and TV shows growing up, and it's all about them hazing and making them doing crazy stuff. And that was part of me that I was always like, no, though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. It's like I don't want to be in your little club that much.
Yeah. Well, I do know some of my partners. I know that they went to the hazing thing, but their thing was. It made them get closer with the guys they were going with, and they ended up fucking up the guys that were doing it to them.
Now, I mean, if you can get your get back while you're doing it, then yeah. But most of the time, it's like you doing this dumb stuff to become part of this club.
Yeah, yeah. Go wash your duck with your mouth. What?
You want me to lick a duck? I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
UFOs. You ever seen a UFO? Well, technically, I think everybody's seen a UFO.
Yeah, I think well, I wouldn't say everyone has, but yeah.
What? When? Where? What? Tell me about it.
I think I was in between 8th and 9th grade. In Moses Lake. You know, it's a big old desert there. You know how the sky is at night. I mean, it's like literally sky is from edge to edge. It's like all you see is sky, you know. And I just seen this vehicle and it did loops and you know,
Wait, did it make sound?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It probably lasted, I wasn't into watches or anything then, but it probably lasted 5-10 minutes.
Were you by yourself?
No, there were some other guys with me. We were camping out, you know, but we're like, yeah, wow.
So, nothing off your head like, yo, space. Because at this time, if it's in Moses Lake and you said, how old?
15, 16.
Okay, so mid-60s.
Yeah.
Hadn't been to the moon yet.
Yeah.
So you didn't have no thing like, yo, man, aliens and space.
Well, I did believe that there were aliens out there.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Did you ever? Okay. I don't know why I'm asking this because it's dumb. You ever? Never mind. Okay,
Did you ever see one?
I'm afraid of your response, and I was afraid of. Oh, y'all! If y'all didn't see what just happened, I think we both knew, and I was trying not to, but I didn't. Okay, never mind.
I knew the question. I knew he didn't want to answer, so I asked it.
I knew what his answer was gonna be. I was trying to ask it a different way. Okay. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
Well, or the halftime show. I didn't really care about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl was there. But yeah, man. Did you ever think you would see somebody sea walking in front of the whole entire world?
And throwing up the Crip sign. And I mean, I said this, and I was recording because it was a monumental moment. I said, "Why? Look how big Snoop's hands are." This dude threw up the Crip, and I mean, it went from up here to down here. Yeah. I said, "Did he put on finger extensions?" What is? But nah, man, it really was a historical moment because that was hip hop.
Yeah. For real.
That was pure hip hop on that stage last night. It was amazing. Okay. Only thing I would say, because the show was amazing. The show was amazing. All the artists did great. Only thing I would say, I was with a group of people and it ended, and for some reason all of us was just expecting one more. And that may have been us just asking too much. But for some reason, it felt like we were a song short. I can't identify what song.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Because I actually had that same feeling sitting there in my living room. It
was just like that. And like.
Yeah.
And then it closed and the thing of Dr. Dre came and I was like, you know, that breathe, like, you gotta let it out. Like, that was great show, but I just felt like there was one more. But it was absolutely lovely to watch the camera sweep in and all the dudes in basically Bay Area outfits and chucks and long socks doing a synchronized sea walk.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And we were talking.
Now, the one thing that did catch me by surprise, I'm sitting, I went, is that 50 Cent?
So I see people making jokes about 50. Somebody said he came out there looking like 75 Cent.
He looked kind of chunky.
He did, but he is also a lot richer than he was when that video came out. Just like Busta. Busta Rhymes used to be real skinny. I talked about Busta. He used to be real skinny when he was in Leaders in the New School. Yo, he's very thick in the neck now.
Yeah.
You know, so
been eating good.
It happens. But I had said, because when it came to his part of the show, he was upside down, just like he wasn't in the video. That's what when he first dropped. And I was like, he really hanging upside down. That man gonna catch a nosebleed. He rapped like half the first verse upside down. I was like, I mean, props. But geez, I don't know. Go ahead.
But yeah, I thought it definitely was a good look. And I haven't actually heard Kendrick Lamar before. I just heard about him.
Oh, really?
And the accolades. I hadn't actually had something go through my mind that was actually him that I could identify.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't watch? Because he's done a couple of award shows where the show he put on was like, whoa. For a rapper, it was like, bruh, you do a show. But yeah, I loved it. I wish... Only like little critiques when Dr. Dre was playing the piano. First of all, that was the biggest tease ever when he started playing the Tupac. I ain't mad at you. I was like, "What's happening? Is it about to be a holograph? Like, this is the jam." And then he just played one turn of it and then started playing something else. And I was like,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that caught me too. The Dream by DeBarge. That's what it's from.
"Oh, okay, well."
That's the.
In the reference of where we was at, that's Tupac. I ain't mad at you. But then he goes into, you know, which is one of the most identifiable jingles for people that hip hop. They be like, "Oh, it's finna go down." I love that he did that on the grand piano, and I love the shot they had of him, because he looked like he was enjoying himself. He was. Then he said he had to smile. He was like, "Yeah, I did this. I created this. Is my stuff." And then, boom, and he stops, and he stands up, picks up the mic, and then the band starts playing. I just wish that the band would have just fell right in with him.
Yeah.
You know, dude, as soon as he stands up, that would have been dope. But I get it, they gotta suck up all the time. Especially since I feel like they robbed us of a song. So, and the people saying, people I was around, wishing Ice Cube was there. But then we all...
But you know what? I got it, that all of those folks were actually under the wing of Dr. Dre.
That was Dre, yeah. It just so happened that all of them except Mary were from California.
Yeah.
But we was like, oh man, we feel like Cube should have been there, but then we all agreed. Only thing we probably would have wanted to hear from Cube is "Fuck the Police." And they can't do that.
Yeah.
So, and actually, I was listening to the radio this morning. They said Dre, they made him change a lyric because on "Still Dre," it's "and I still got no love for the police." That's one of the lines. Then they said they made him change it, but then Charlamagne was like, "Guys, I really feel like I heard him let that slide. Let that fly."
So why?
Yeah, like, hey.
I was just sitting there thinking, didn't I hear that?
Yeah, I have to go back and watch it. I was like, yeah, man, hey, do it. And Snoop is awesome. Snoop won. It's like he does. He I hate to say this, got away with murder, or his camp. I don't know if it was him.
Yeah.
But his camp got away with murder. I still feel like it was self-defense. Regardless, somebody died and he's free. But that man is got all the endorsements.
Right, but you know what I've learned is actually the real source of his all of that stuff is once he had that thing with Suge Knight, his wife took over, and she's been the one handling the business. And she just points him where to go and say, "Bloom, bloom, go over here, do this, do that."
Yeah, I think that and Master P, because he said once he left Death Row, and went over to No Limit, which I think he only dropped 1 or 2 albums there,
Yeah.
but when he went there,
He had that.
said everybody was rich. He was like, it wasn't for play rich. At Death Row, you might have had a pocket full of money, but you wasn't rich. He said everybody there was rich. He said, I went in there wide-eyed like, what the fuck? And he said Master P was like, they don't treat y'all right? He was like, nigga, no, apparently. And he said he got a lot of game from Master P on how to run, how to handle the business as well. So yeah, throughout his growing up and doing all of that, I mean, Snoop out here. Again, smoking weed, crip walking, throwing up the gang signs, got all the endorsements. I want it. I feel like I had a question about Bootsy Collins and I forgot what it was.
Oh, he did that, him and his son did that beat at Cincinnati. What you call them things you guys do, or that you did for the Seahawks?
Anthem?
Yeah, they did an anthem. did an anthem when they first went to the Super Bowl 20 years ago, and they upped it this time.
Wait, they're from Cincinnati. Oh, they're from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh, they did one for this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even.
I think it's called Fear the Tiger.
Bootsy.
Fear Die Tiger.
Bootsy. What's his son's name? Tennis Shoesy?
We like to call himself, I'm a son of a Bootsy.
Oh, hey, okay.
But his name is Ooh Wee.
You have to sing it. That's the name. So if you call him, if you just say ooh wee, he don't answer. You gotta go ooh wee.
I don't know. But I just did that because of the movie, you know. Ooh, yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, but
Ooh wee! Stop disrespecting me! It's ooh wee! Oh, that is hilarious. All right. Well, you know what? That might be a good place to call that. So, thank y'all for joining us for Like Father, Like Son. This is where
we are.
we talk, and yeah, it happens. Man, my hair puffy. Okay. Anyway, join us next week. We'll holla at you.
Holla. Peace.
Love and happiness and soul. Hey.